Hello everyone and welcome back to This is Real Life. I'm your host Sheri and we are back in the garage because it's the holidays and we need to make some crafts to give as gifts because we all know handmade gifts are the best gifts. We're also doing a We Can Make That, and it's kind of, dare I say, a Kirkland's exposed video. If you watched the snowman video, I got that idea from the Kirklands. Well, I got another idea from the Kirklands. That same day, I saw this darling little thing, and it is a wooden reindeer with Santa hat outdoor statue. It's really cute. It looks really huge. In real life, it is not that huge, and I'll tell you just how not that huge it is. It is only 15 inches long, 27 inches tall, almost 4 inches thick. But are you ready for the kicker? Kirkland's, we're so fucking onto you. It's not even funny at this point. This darling, be it darling, reindeer statue, get ready, sit down, because if you thought the snowman was expensive, this statue is $52.99. Seriously, Kirkland, you guys are crazy. Or you know what, Kirkland, you don't know us. You don't know who we are. We can make anything because we're fucking amazing. So I said, oh, we're making that. There's no way I'm paying $52 for that. And I want to give it to my auntie. So we're going to make this today. And you're wondering, this is like kind of an intricate shape. How am I going to pull that one off? Well, guess what? As you know, we're perfect and everything we do is money. And if we set our minds to it, we can pretty much do anything. So when broken down, this shape is like 2 different leg shapes, a body shape, a neck shape, a head shape, and some antlers. Not that hard. So guess what? I did it. I went into my office and just got plain old white copy paper and made my templates. I just looked at the picture and was like, the body looks like it's going like this. Kind of sketched it in roughly with a pencil, measured it to make sure it was as long. You guys are gonna die. Like seriously, you're gonna die. We have our front leg, which you'll need to cut 2 out. Our back leg, which you'll need to cut 2 out. We have our neck piece, which goes here. Our head piece, which is a head and a hat combined. Our collar for our scarf, along with our actual scarf. A little like hat brim, which goes across his little head like that. So it looks like he's wearing a Santa hat. And then we have our antlers. Boom. We totally jigsaw puzzled the shit out of that reindeer and have all of our pieces. And guess what? Because it's Christmas and I'm so fucking nice, I will make PDFs so you don't have to worry about tracing out and trying to find the body and the right measurements and, you know, spending time. Because it did take me a minute to like figure all this out. I actually even enlisted the help of Davis because I was like, this is taking me too long. You do the head, I'm gonna do the body. You do the front leg, I'll do the back leg. And then we like kind of rigged it all together. But in the end, it all came out great. And I think it's perfect. And I think it looks exactly like the reindeer picture. Like, really? Do I work for Kirkland's at this point? Seriously. I am gonna go ahead and turn all of my patterns into PDFs. You probably will need to print on an 11 by 17 for a couple of the pieces, like the body and the legs. Or you could do what I did and just tape 2 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper together, like print it and then it'll be split in 2 and then tape it together. Point of the story is, you can totally make this reindeer, so I don't want to hear it. Oh, I could make that, but I can't make that pattern. Yeah, you can, because I'm providing you the pattern. So all you're gonna have to do is print it out and cut it out, and you're good to go. So we are gonna make this Kirkland's $52.99 reindeer, dare I say, for $0. As long as you've got a piece of scrap wood, you're good to go. If you don't have a piece of scrap wood, it's literally like a 1 inch by however long piece of board. Done. That doesn't cost very much money at all. So let's get to making it. So I was thinking that I wanted to use a little bit thicker wood. His like body, neck, and head are the 3 inch thick, almost 4 inch thick. And then the legs and like the antlers and the scarf and stuff are 1 inch thick. But my jigsaw is not that powerful. It's not gonna cut through like 2-inch piece of board. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go buy, because all my scrap wood boards, if it's not plywood, it's pretty thick because it's leftover wood from the deck. So I did happen to find this, and this is so old. We've lived in this house, I wanna say 15 years. This was a piece of board from a shelf that we had in our old house. I literally took the shelf down in our old house, brought this piece of board with me to the new house. I never ended up putting this shelf back up. So this has just been sitting in my garage, and I almost forgot I had it. And I'm so thankful that I did, because it is perfect 1-inch board. So my plan is, since I do want the body and the neck and the head thicker, I'm gonna cut out 2 of each of those and then glue them together so that we have the thickness that we need. And then our legs, scarf, all that jazz will just be 1 of these boards. This board is pretty beat up. I think one year we may have used it for fireworks because it's really, really bad on this side, but that's okay, that'll be the back side. All I have to do is take out the little elbow pieces, trace all my pattern pieces onto the other side, and then cut every single piece out with a jigsaw. As soon as all the pieces are cut out, we're gonna start gluing, assembling, done, 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 done. Merry Christmas, Auntie. Okay, so easy. All of my pattern pieces, it wasn't hard. Used a marker, traced out my shapes. 2 of the bodies so I can glue them together, 2 of the head so I can glue them together, and 2 of the neck so I can glue them together. So those will be thicker than the legs, the scarf, and the antlers. I would have ideally loved to use just a thicker board and cut out 1 body, 1 neck, 1 head, but my jigsaw's not gonna be able to do that. If you have like a powerful jigsaw that can cut through like 2.5-inch piece wood, props to you. I don't have that. So I'm gonna have to cut out double the body, neck, and head, but not a big deal. This project is gonna go so fast. Like, we're gonna knock this out today. I don't wanna jinx myself, but I don't see it being as intricate as the snowman. That's why I'm floored that it costs $52.99. Let's just go for it. I'm gonna jigsaw out all these pieces, easy peasy. You know how to do that. Trusty Black & Decker jigsaw, go, 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 done. All right, so all of the pieces are jigsawed. You know me, I'm not usually a stickler for proper procedure, but jigsawing out all of those pieces kicks up a lot of sawdust. There were a couple times like I had to take my glasses off because they were covered in sawdust. And I feel like I do have some sawdust in my eyes. So maybe like a goggle would have been beneficial. However, I'm not dying, I'm not blind, it's okay. So here's what we've got. I have 2 body pieces because I want my body doubly thick. Because I cut them out individually, they might not super match up, which they do not. I have like a little excess edge here. That is okay with me for now, because if it's a lot, I can trim it off. If it's a little excess, I can just sand it. So I'm not super worried about that. We have both of our hind legs. This is gonna be so effing cute. I mean, seriously. And the jigsawing, it didn't take long. It was tedious just because there's so many curves, but other than that, it didn't take long. It wasn't hard. Here's my neck. Oh my gosh. Now, if it just comes together smoothly as it jigsawed out, that would be awesome. And our scarf. Holy shit. That, I mean, he looks great. Now, this whole reindeer in the Kirkland's one is affixed to like, maybe like a 5 by 12, and I'm just gonna use plywood for the base, and then we'll stick them onto that. But we gotta build his body. The body's the most important thing. Base is like, first, I'm gonna glue and secure these 3 pieces, the neck, the body, and the head. These are my double thick pieces. So I need to glue the 2 pieces together, and I'm gonna secure them together as well. I'm gonna glue and secure all this together, and then I'm gonna glue and secure all this together so I have 2 halves, and then I'm gonna sandwich those 2 halves together. So that's what I'm gonna do. You know, Type Bond original wood glue. I also have my staple gun But then I also have these. They look like giant staples and they're kind of flat on top. They are a little bit longer than an inch, so they would poke out. So I think I actually like do a couple staples in the back side, but then put a couple of these in the front side. It will show a little bit of the mechanics on how the reindeer is put together, but I think I can conceal them underneath like the scarf or the legs, because if we learned anything from building the snowman with all those planks, the staples, while they hold, they aren't like the most secure thing. I'm just doing that for extra stability. So I'm just gonna put some wood glue on the seams, line these up as best I can. I'm gonna put a staple here. I'm not gonna go crazy. We are going to glue these two halves together. A couple of staples on the back, a couple of these on the front will be good. I'm actually surprised with how nicely he does line up. So my patterns are money. Now I'm gonna flip him over and use some of these in some strategic areas just to help hold it all together. Ooh, I feel really good about that. Okay, so now what I did for this side, I'm gonna do for my other side, and then we're gonna glue those two halves together. Two halves are put together, looking pretty good. Let's just try to clean these off a little bit. It looks like there was a house fire, but I know my house didn't catch on fire, so I'm guessing 4th of July. I'm gonna load this puppy up with some glue, and then we're gonna put them together and try to get them as even as possible all around, even though that might be difficult. We are gonna have to go in and probably do a little finessing with the sander and maybe even with the jigsaw. Aha! I am gonna put some finishing nails in, and I'm gonna put them in where we're covering up with our little decorative pieces. So where his hat's going, I'm gonna make sure I have a finishing nail underneath there so his head stays together. Where his scarf is going, I'm gonna put finishing nails there so the neck stays together, but all of those mechanics are hidden. So let me go get some finishing nails and like a little pencil so we can draw out where our shit's gonna go. I think that's cute. Boom. Gosh, this is a great idea. All of our finishing nails that are inside of these drawings will not be seen. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling really good about this now. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, about how this was gonna stick together, but now I'm not at all. Hammer that flat, done. I'm just gonna continue to put finishing nails in for holding, trim up this edge that I'm off on his body, and then we're gonna actually sand the body first and then put all of our legs and accessories on. Body, looking good, glued together. Trimmed up the edges with my jigsaw just so they were even. I had some little parts that were uneven. By the way, I don't think I give this tool enough praise. The jigsaw is the best tool in the world. It cut out all of our pieces, like everything we needed with this one thing. It is the greatest. I cannot say enough good things about the damn jigsaw. If you don't have one, you need to ask for it for Christmas, I swear. And the other best part about the jigsaw is they're not even that expensive. I will link this exact one below, and I swear to God, I think it's like 18 or 20 bucks, maybe 25. Again, not sponsored by Jigsaw. I would love in the future, oh my gosh, you guys, this would be a dream come true. What if, let's just say Black & Decker. Hi, Black & Decker, my name's Sheri. What if they were like, Sheri, we know you love the jigsaw so much. We're gonna make a jigsaw that's just yours. Like, what if I could have my own jigsaw line? Like, maybe I'd make one a little lighter weight. That'd be a dream come true. Isn't that crazy? Oh, my dream of all dreams, a jigsaw named after me. Sheri's Jigsaw by Black & Decker. Can you see it? That would be amazing. Someone make that happen. Call people at Black & Decker. I digress. The jigsaw, a lovely tool. Get yourself one of these. You will be thrilled. All I need to do is sand my body, sand all my parts and pieces. The edges here, round them in with my sander. After sanding, I'm gonna get a coat of darker stain on the body and the legs. Other pieces like the antlers, the scarf and whatnot, those are actually painted red paint, white paint, and brown paint. Putting my sandpaper on, cause guess what? We're almost done. The end is near, and I don't think I jinxed myself at all. This is going so smoothly and so easily, like I can't even stand it. Kirkland's, $52.99. Crazy, crazy. That is crazy to me. I would never, ever, 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 ever pay $52.99 for this reindeer. It's darling, and mine's already looking super darling, and it's not even done, but $52.99, hail to the no. We're sanding. Okay, I just palm sanded the shit out of his body, and he looks amazing. Look at that, double thickness. He cannot wait to get his legs and hat and stuff on. So I just need to sand all the accessory pieces. Like I said, we're gonna run some stain, some paint, and then we're gonna assemble him. I'm super stoked. All of my pieces are sanded, nice and smooth, and I've rolled over all of the edges. Every piece of this wooden reindeer looks like they stained it, painted it, and then they took the sander again and went over the edges to give it that rustic look. I'm gonna stain first, and then it looks like I need to find a dark brown paint, a red paint, and a white paint. Fingers crossed, those are somewhere in here, because I don't know if you've realized it yet, but we're at $0. Okay, so the legs and the body get dark brown stain. I could actually leave the body this color and have him be a light reindeer if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So, voila, same crusty stain towel. Remember orange? What was that from? In the comments if you remember why this sheet is completely orange. We're just gonna slap this on real quick. So I'm gonna go through, stain the body and the legs, lay them out, and then we'll paint the accessory pieces. Yay and yay. Look at how pretty that's already looking. Body stained. I'm really happy with the way the color turned out. Now it's on to painting our very few accessories. Our scarf is red with white polka dots. Our antlers are dark brown. Our little hat trim is white. Also on the reindeer itself, on the body part of his head, is gonna be painted red for the hat. And this little area right here is gonna be painted white for the little ball on the cap. I just brought out some little Dollar Tree paintbrushes to sloppily paint. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm extra. On my scarf, I took my jigsaw and went jig, 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 jig to make it look like scarf fringe. I think that that is a nice little touch. So let's open our white. It's kind of sloppily, lends to the whole, you know, kind of rustic-y, farmhouse-y feel, because that's how theirs is. So that's what I'm doing. And then two, don't forget, we're gonna be sanding the edges so we can actually kind of touch the edges if we need to, because we're gonna sand those. All right, the hat brim looks good. So let's figure out how we're gonna do the red. The easiest thing I can think is to just spray a bunch of this red spray paint into this paper plate. Give it a try. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't work. Now I have a petal of red paint. I wonder if I could just dip this. Lazy. Oh, shit. I literally just took, oh my gosh. I just took this and turned it upside down. Look how amazing that looked. So now that I have it kind of coated in red, I'm just gonna go around the edges. Why are we so damn awesome? Okay, everything's painted. I looked at the picture. They have exactly the same amount of dots. I thought they were smaller. They're not. They're big, like this. The painted pieces are still drying, but the stained pieces are ready to go. So I'm gonna hard sand all the edges to show the natural wood. Hopefully by the time I'm done with that, the painted pieces will be ready to hard sand, and then we can put it all together. I'm just going to hard sand the edges. So what we're looking for, yeah. This is what we are looking for. So we have natural wood on our edges. You just want to see some natural wood all around the entire edge of all of your pieces. Okay, I am pretty satisfied with all of my edge sanding. I think it looks super great. The only thing I have left to do is the fancy schmancy thing that they do on the scarf. They like cut in to where the like knot of the scarf is. I tested it on the hat and I think it worked out pretty well. I just took a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and like went chick, 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 and then folded a piece of sandpaper in half and then kind of sanded in there. So that is what I'm going to do on the scarf. I'm just gonna take my screwdriver and link up like boom, boom, boom. Just a couple easy little pounds. So we have our little divot made. See, look how good that looks. And then I just am gonna take a piece of sandpaper, fold it in half, and I'm just gonna run it in that divot so it smooths it out a little bit. And then once I kind of have that smoothed out, I'm actually going to take my sander and get it on its edge and try to run it as close in that divot as I possibly can, so it kind of lightens up the edges a little bit. And then we've got ourselves that fancy little divot that the Kirklands had. You know what I'm gonna say right now. You guessed it. I do wanna run my sandpaper through some of the fringes to kind of accentuate some of them, just to give some of them a little accent. And then we can put him together. Okay, I'm really super excited because we literally just need to glue him together and he's done. Oh, we need to put him on the base too. Don't forget. I think for extra security, I am going to put one finishing nail in each of the legs with the wood glue. The accessories like the scarf, I'm not gonna put a finishing nail. Oh my God, he's so fucking cute. Make sure your legs, your feet are facing the right way. And then I'm gonna put my top leg. In the picture, they do have the legs kind of split like that. That's how we're gonna do that. Before I glue or nail, I'm just gonna hold this board up. I think that's good. That's pretty good, actually. I'm hoping for the best as far as like level and line upness is concerned. Put a little circle of wood glue. I don't want any like squirting out. And I'm just gonna do it like right there. No rhyme or reason. I'm just gonna do it right there. Perfect. Damn, that is so fucking cute, you guys. Seriously, it is so cute. Like I can't even stand it right now. Okay. And our one finishing nail. Boom. Oh my God, so good and so cute. So now I just have to flip him over and do the other legs the same exact way I did these legs. Holy shit, I can't get over how fucking cute he is right now. Oh my God, Magnum. So I'm making sure his like hip joints are in the same location, and then I'm just gonna have one leg like tipped back a little bit. Yay. Okay, let's true test. Let's stand him up and see if he actually stands up on his own. Oh my God, you guys, seriously? He does stand on his own. We eyeballed that shit pretty good. Let's lay him back down and glue on our accessories. The other thing he does have in the Kirkland's one is a little tiny black eye, and it almost looks like a head of a nail. So I am contemplating pounding nail in or just literally like taking a Sharpie and making a black circle. All right, so let's glue it. Easy, easy. I'm gonna glue all this down, and then while the glue is drying, we're gonna cut our base. I thought the snowman was cute, but I almost think this might be a little bit cuter. I was hoping that my remainder of the wood that I used to cut everything out, I would have enough of, but I don't, because I'd have to cut it here, and this from here to here is too small. Then I found a piece of plywood that was the right width, but it's really long, and then I would have to cut it. I was like, ugh. I put my jigsaw away. I was trying to be clean as we go. But then I went and found a piece of deck board that is exactly the right length. It's a little thick, but that just means it's gonna be sturdy. It's already sanded dark, so I'm just gonna sand the edges to give it kind of the same look as the reindeer, because that's how the base of the Kirkland one is. And then we're gonna be able to hook our reindeer right to this board and be done. Okay, so I had to rethink my base because I was like, okay, well, how am I gonna get the reindeer adhered to the base? The only way really is to nail from the bottom of the base up into the reindeer's feet. Well, because that deck board is so thick, my finishing nails don't reach like through the wood and up to go into his feet. So I couldn't use a bigger nail, like a bigger gauge, longer nail, because his feet are so dainty. I didn't want to split the wood, because you know how I am. So I did end up cutting and staining that piece of plywood. So now I'm just gonna sand it. Then we're gonna plop the reindeer on. I'm gonna put wood glue on the bottom of his feet, nail up and into his feet, and then he will be done. So next time you see him, he will be standing in my yard. Are you guys ready to see how cute this reindeer looks? You're gonna die. I had to bring it inside because it's pouring down rain outside. So it's in the house, but it looks amazing. Kirkland's, seriously. Okay, here it is. Dun, 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 dun. If that doesn't look just like the one from Kirkland's, I don't know what does. That is freaking darling, you got to admit. And guess what? $0. Well, seriously, we absolutely 100% did it again. I mean, he is even cuter than I thought. The base is perfect. I still haven't gone in and nailed him in from like the bottom of his feet through the board yet. I just glued it and I put a couple nails in through the top of his feet to hold them there. But for extra stability, I will go in and put some nails up through the bottom up into his feet. I let him dry overnight. Everything is super perfect. And we made it for $0. Because you know why? We're amazing. The Kirkland's $52.99 reindeer for $0. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are alerted to all of the DIY videos that I push out, which are every other Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And as always, thanks for hanging out.